I'm Dana and we're over in my little cosy comfy corner again because we're going to talk about something that does make me feel a little bit vulnerable actually now that I think about it, because I want to talk about autistic recovery, and I think I feel a little bit vulnerable about it because I do sort of feel like it's the type of thing where I'm supposed to be able to just keep doing stuff, you know? Like, fair enough, everyone needs a rest day every now and again. People might need a recovery day after a big day. But I'm expecting it to be a day. And right now, So my last event for the Autistic birthday week was on April 4th. And it's April 19th now today as I film this. And I'm just about starting to feel like I've like recovered from having to do. See, that's the thing as well, I'm phrasing it. It's like I had to do these events. It's like these are things I actively chose to go to, wanted to go to, was like excited about, planned months in advance, paid to be able to attend. Like it was stuff that I actively was like, yes, this is for me, I like this, it's a bit me, you know? And it just tired me out so much that it feels like it's something I had to do. And it doesn't, because I did have fun, I did have a nice time, you know? It's not like I'm like, oh, well, at least it's over with. Like I did really actively enjoy it and intend to do it again. But it did also absolutely wipe me out. And we're now 15 days off of my last little event. Yesterday was the first day that I felt able to like go out and actually do a thing. I think how exhausted I've been also played into, I mentioned in another video, I went to go to one of my like queer little coffee mornings and I just couldn't really, I didn't know where they were, I didn't know what was happening, all the people I expected to be there were there, nothing was familiar, it felt very overwhelming and I just left. I didn't actually go, I just like walked through the venue and left. And I think that's massively because I needed this recovery time, I needed this time of doing very nearly fucking nothing. And we're going to talk about that because I'm someone who massively struggles with resting and not doing anything. There's things that I should be doing, there's things that I need to do, there's things that have to be done. So I do think, to be fair, that my little like recovery period might have been shorter if I wasn't so much that type of person. It is something I'm working on, don't get me wrong, but it's slow progress. That's with, honestly, it's one of those things where I think anything that I work on is slow progress because it's quite big stuff to be working on, so it takes a while, and as long as I am seeing it like slowly pay off, then that's completely fine. So for the last 2 weeks I've scooped my cat's litter trays every morning as I'm supposed to. I've mostly been posting videos still. I have gotten back onto that. I haven't posted to TikTok. I haven't really been posting to Instagram. When I have, it's been later than I wanted it to be. I missed my book club this morning. I just completely forgot that it existed. I didn't set an alarm. I didn't think about it. And then when I woke up, I was like, oh, my book club's like about to be happening and I'm just about waking up and need 2 hours to like prepare myself to leave the house. Like I'm not going to that, which did make me a little bit sad. It's the first one I've missed since I started going and I really enjoy it and I'm a little bit like about it. But again, I think I needed the fucking like rest and recovery, and if I didn't need it so much I would have fucking remembered it and been able to go, you know? What I have done, I've gone on less walks than I usually do to closer places. And I've found like the prettiest spot I've ever seen in my fucking life, and I'm yet to see anybody else there, and it's gorgeous and stunning and I'm so happy with myself for finding it. So I've been spending a good little bit of time there. I've been continuing with my jigsaw puzzle. I'm really close to finishing my jigsaw. It's a map of Harrogate. Did I say it right? Can Yorkshire folk tell me in the comments if I said the place name right? But I'm getting close to finishing that. I've been crocheting quite a lot. I have 2 quite large granny squares, one of which I'm thinking I'm going to make into a chair cover for my desk chair upstairs, and the other one I want to be the back of a cardigan. I've been really going for that. I've been doing a lot of collages. I've painted quite a lot. I've been quite into like doing like arts and crafts. I've read a little bit. It's all been stuff where I still feel like I'm doing something, I still feel like I'm being productive, I still feel like I'm using my time, but it's all stuff that I can also do while watching my little show, and it takes focus. It doesn't necessarily like take like true real proper brain power anymore. There was a good long while where crochet took like my absolute all and I couldn't watch anything while I was doing it or I'd fuck it up, but we are at a point where I can crochet and like watch my show at the same time. So I have been just doing that. I again think that I would be able to like recover and deal with things faster and better if I was eating properly while this happens. I got real fucking lucky, and one of my friends sent me a massive fucking box from America very recently, so I've had a lot of nights of Kraft mac and cheese because there's a vegan one in America that we cannot get anything similar to here. That saved my fucking life, to be honest with you. I don't know what I would have been eating if I didn't have that mac and cheese. That really fucking came in clutch. It was perfect timing. I've been really fucking struggling with my food, with actually eating. I've had a lot of days where I haven't technically eaten within the day. I've been eating my dinner at like 1, 2, 3 a.m. And it's the kind of stuff that's especially wild to me as someone who like struggled with a lot of eating issues as a teenager, because I fucking despised the girl who said, oh my god, I just forgot to eat. I just like, it slipped my mind. I absolutely fucking hated them. Like, what do you mean food is not on your brain like 24/7? But I've slipped into being that girly. I quite often am just like, I forgot to eat. I forgot that my body needs food. I forgot that food exists. There's nothing that I'm craving. There's nothing that I want. Nothing is a safe food. Nothing sounds appealing, nothing feels appealing. I don't particularly want anything. So it's at the point where I'm like physically like feeling the signs of hunger, which takes quite a significant amount for me. I don't really feel that many hunger cues. It is when I'm like shaking and I can't focus on things and I just don't feel right and I'm kind of lightheaded that I'm like, oh, I'm probably hungry. I probably need food, like sustenance to fuel my body, you know, like that's probably what I need. And obviously by that point, I feel like shit. So it's a microwave meal, it's my Kraft mac and cheese, it's takeout. I've spent far too much money on takeout this month already. And like, we're barely into the fucking month and I've got like money issues that I'm keeping private right now. It's a whole thing for me. I've got quite a few things that are making me very anxious as well, which I think further makes it difficult to like rest and recover. And I've just had a lot of these periods in my life. And to be fair, this is a very short, brief period. It's not that big a deal. I'll deal with it. We'll move on. We'll survive. It'll be fine. But I have had a lot of these periods where it's like, I know that there's things that I could be doing that would help me. I know that eating properly, I know that having a better sleep schedule, I know that having like a tidy space, I know that having the fucking bath I've been intending to have for like 3 weeks, I know that those are all things that would probably help me to recover quicker and help me to feel rested and just generally help me to feel better. But having the energy, having just like having the energy and the capability to actually do those things that would make me feel better just feels very far out of reach for a lot of them. Like, I am doing my best. There's a lot of things that, like, in regards to finding my restful activities and actually caring for myself in that way and, you know, looking after my like mental capabilities, I suppose, that's been brilliant. That's been lovely. Getting myself out into nature, moving my body in a very comfortable, pain-free, like easy, low stress kind of way. You know, I'm walking. I'm not even going in the direction of any of the big hills. There's a few like little hilly paths and shit things, but I'm moving my body in a way that is like very fun to me, that I very much enjoy. I feel like it's very good for my body, heart and soul type of thing. Like there are definitely things that I am doing well, and especially considering that previously I would have been very like, oh, my events are over, now I need to get back to my actual routine in my real life. I need to be on top of hoovering and doing my dishes and getting groceries and doing this and doing that. I need to be on top of it all right away, right again, because I need to get back into my routine. I've done my events now, I'm finished with that, but I need to get back into my routine. And I do feel like it's been a massive benefit to myself to have moved away from that mindset somewhat and to have been able to rest, to be able to be like, the dishes can stay on the side. I don't need that pot right now. I have a different pot that I can use for this. I don't need that bowl. Like, the dishes can just stay there. I can go a few days without doing my dishes. But then it's also really fucking annoying when I suddenly do need that pot and now I need to wash the pot to be able to actually cook my dinner. And that's another barrier to actually feeding myself, because I've had days that I've come down like, I'm going to make my dinner now. And I've looked at my dishes and been like, never mind. Never mind. Not a chance. I don't even want to be in there. No. Like, it felt like a very genuine achievement when I did my dishes yesterday. I've got a load of washing in the washing machine that I just keep putting a cycle on, which is probably charging me a fucking load of electric and water, to be fair. But I have to keep just re-washing it because I don't have the energy to hang it up yet. In order to hang it up, I need to take my currently dry clothes off the air and then put those onto it. And the act of taking them off to put them on, I don't know how to take them off. I'd put them on. I think I would have hung it up by now if I'd already taken the other stuff off. But that means that, like, I'm at a point where I have, like, 4 different fucking laundry piles, because I also, like, half fell into the stream the other day. So I have a pair of jeans that are just, like, covered in mud. And I really should be washing my waterproof jacket properly. But I don't even really entirely know how to wash a waterproof jacket. And the issue with a lot of things that I have that are like that is that I buy, like, 99.999% of my stuff from the charity shop and someone's cut the label out. It doesn't have any washing instructions on it anymore. I don't know what to do with it. But like, the positive that has come here is that I do feel like I've really managed to figure out how to create like sort of a recovery routine where I'm like easing myself back into my routine and easing myself back into, you know, doing shit and being a person and fucking living my life. That was like, I feel really good about myself yesterday because I went to every now and again they open up Wainhouse Tower and you can go up it, and it's for anyone that isn't local, it's a tower between Halifax and Sorby Bridge, and it's just a fuck off big tower. It's 369 steps in like a pure spiral to get up to the top, and then you've got like, it's not quite 360, like 280-degree views of like Sorby Bridge, and I could see fucking Castle Hill and Victoria Tower, which is where like, I go for walks there sometimes, it's quite a big area, please don't come and find me, but I could see that all the way from over there, so that was very fun. I really deeply enjoyed that, and I had to get bus to Halifax, and then I was gonna just walk there from Halifax, and then once I was there I realised that it was like a 40-odd minute walk, and I just flat out didn't have the time for when like my ticket to go up was, so I did end up getting a second bus up to there, and like I really enjoy being able to get a day pass and just like hop from bus to bus at the minute. I enjoy it in like my safe little areas where I feel like I know where I am. Like anywhere around Halifax and Sorby Bridge, I'm fairly certain that I could get home from. If I got lost, if anything like happened, because that is something I also think about when I'm going out and doing things, is like, is my hip suddenly gonna go? Is my knee gonna suddenly feel funny? Am I suddenly not gonna be able to like walk 45 minutes back into town? Like that is a concern that I have. So I've been in, there's a level to which in a certain circumstance I really enjoy being able to get multiple buses, and other times it absolutely fucking petrifies me. So it did feel like a really good sign that I'm like coming back to myself and settling and recovering, in that I was able to get 2 buses to my little event. It put me closer to Sorby Bridge than to Halifax, and I've only been to Sorby Bridge once before, during the Ann Lister birthday week when I got to go to Hoff End Manor. I got out of there really fucking quickly because it was the same day as my Sally Wainwright talk back in Halifax, and I made sure I got to Halifax like 3 hours early for that. Like I was not missing it. So it was really nice to go and get to just like be in Sorby Bridge without anything to like specifically do. You know, like I could just wander. It was a very free little day out. So I went down and saw the police station from Happy Valley, and that was sick. The fact that I will find myself in a place for a certain thing, and then I'll look around and I'll be like, I know this place from the telly. I've seen my little characters that I love from my whole entire heart and soul walk around these streets, and I just do a little Google and I can just go and see like main locations for my absolute all-time favourite shows that have my all-time favourite characters in them, and it's fucking brilliant. So I went and did that, and then got my 2 buses home, and it's one of those things where I was fucking exhausted. Like I considered going for a nap, which is a massive thing for me because I don't nap. It's really difficult for me to fall asleep when it's not time to go to sleep, and I find it very difficult to wake up without having just done like a full 8 hours. I don't nap. I don't like it. It always disorients me. I really don't enjoy it. But I considered going for a nap because I was just so fucking tired, and I was like, oh, what a day out, what a big day out. I really did that for myself, really proud of myself, really feeling good about myself. And then I looked at the time and it was like 4:20, and I was like, I left the house at 12. Like genuinely 4.5 hours. Like, considering how long it takes me to get to the time I spent on public transport, I literally did like an hour and a half on public transport, an hour and a half of like going up my tower and going to my little police station and be like, oh, isn't this great? And then an hour and a half again to get home. And I was zonked. I felt like I'd been on like a 5-day trip, you know? And like I say, I do think it's a really like positive thing for me. I'm really proud of myself because I do feel like I'd given myself enough time that I was like actually recovered enough to be able to do that without fearing like meltdown, without just like when I don't feel like I'm in the correct mental space to do something, it really worries me because it is very likely that I'm going to have a meltdown, that I'm going to just generally not be able to cope with like the existence that I've put myself in, and it's a mess, you know? So I do feel like I'd had like enough recovery time to be able to do it, and like I say, I do think that's why I ended up skipping out of my queer coffee mornings. I just hadn't given myself enough time and I wasn't in a mental space to be able to be doing things like that. So I was like recovered enough to be able to do it, but not recovered enough to be able to do it without being like, oh, I need a fuckload more recovery time from that. And I don't think it's the kind of trip that I would usually need actual recovery time from. Like, I'd definitely take it a bit easier the next day, you know, like I wouldn't organise to have like another event the day after, but I wouldn't be like I am today where I'm just like I was easing back into my routine. I was sort of starting to like get somewhere. And to be fair, I'm making a YouTube video. Like I definitely still am. I'm not doing the worst I've ever done. I've been doing my jigsaw puzzle. I've done my crochet. Like it's not. I don't feel like I'm doing badly, but I am also having to like really like remind myself like this is okay. This is all right. You're not doing badly. You know. So my neighbour's playing quite loud music, and that fact already threw me. But it's also a song that I recognise in a language that I don't recognise, and it's quite weird. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, and I'm going to. But I'm sorry, that's completely thrown me. I barely know what I was talking about now, never mind what my little point was. One of my favourite things when we moved to Denmark was getting to hear songs that I knew but them being in Danish and be like, ooh, it's so familiar but also it's new. It's exactly what I want. It's no change, a little bit of change. You know, it made it easier for me for sure. But anyway, my point is gone, my brain is gone. I don't know what I was saying. They're probably going to continue playing music for a little while. So I am going to go. I know you've already heard it. And you're going to be hearing it again. My friend has set up a GoFundMe because their partner doesn't have a suitable transportation option, and it makes it very difficult for them to attend any sort of medical appointment, to go to hospital when they need it, to do anything fun, because they're just consistently being re-injured and having their current chronic pain issues and other things made worse. I was gonna find a better word, okay? There's a better word right like the fucking edges of my brain, and I can't find it. So made worse, we're going with. And it's one of those things that really doesn't need to be that way. It can very easily be fixed with just a lot of money. As I'm sure most of us know as disabled people, like 99% of your problems could be fixed if you just had like a shit ton of wealth. And my friend doesn't have a shit ton of wealth, so they've set up a GoFundMe, and obviously because it is for an adaptive van, it's for quite a bit of fucking money. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is for quite a lot of money, and I don't want to manipulate y'all. I don't want to like get my claws in. I want everyone to do exactly what the fuck they want to do, but I would also hope that I've like got a nice little community that wants to help somebody out. So I have noticed that like, I think one of the big things that happens with GoFundMe for anybody is that when it's a very large amount, the first few people will donate quite a large amount, which is very, very kind. Thank you very, very much for doing so. But then it sort of intimidates people a little bit because it's like all lots and lots of money. So I do very much want to just put out there. And again, I don't want to manipulate you or like force you into it or make it feel like there's any sort of pressure to do so. You do not have to. You can. You don't even have to look at it. It would be really cool if you shared it. It would be really, really nice if you donated. And any amount of donation is incredible. It's fantastic. It's so kind of you. It doesn't have to be $100 at all. You know, it can be. I don't know if there is a minimum to GoFundMe, but it's the kind of thing where it's a hell of a lot easier to get like 2,000 people to give £1 than it is to get 20 people to give £100 or whatever, you know? Like any donation amount would be absolutely brilliant and incredible. It's not going to be scoffed at or laughed at, you know? Like it's the fucking every little helps ad. It's that kind of vibe. But again, I don't not want to pressure you because I want my friend and their partner to get this van and be able to have a much nicer life together. But I also obviously don't want to be pressuring my audience to give away their money and blah 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 blah. So I am just trying to like get some eyes on it, raise some awareness for it. It's there. If you want to share it, I would really deeply appreciate that. Like, I obviously it does need to be funded, so obviously people do need to donate money to it, but also sharing just helps so massively. And I know that a lot of people are in similar positions to me where like I very simply don't have money to give them. The best that I can do is try to get more people to know about it so that more people can donate, so that more people can share it. So please do. The link will be down below. Do what you will, do whatever you want. I'm just asking. You're welcome to say no. I'm not going to hold it against you. It's all fine. But I would really love it if my friend's partner wasn't in pain all the time, and if they could do fun things together as well as attending hospital appointments without it being like a whole fucking massive, stressful, horrible thing for them both. So there you have it. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days.